What would you do if the scent of another man's cologne clung to your wife's favorite cashmere coat, a scent she couldn't explain away? It was 2 a.m., the city lights of Chicago bleeding through our bedroom window, and the faint, musky aroma hit me like a physical blow as I hung her coat in the closet. Sarah had just returned from what she called a late work dinner downtown, her eyes a little too bright, her smile a little too forced. The perfume wasn't hers, a heavy, unfamiliar spice that screamed of intimacy. My heart, usually a steady drum, began to hammer against my ribs, a frantic, desperate rhythm. I held the fabric to my nose again, the scent undeniable, a phantom limb of betrayal. She was already asleep, or pretending to be, her back to me. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The next morning, the air in our Lincoln Park condo felt thick with unspoken accusations. Sarah was unusually cheerful, humming as she made coffee, a stark contrast to the storm brewing inside me. I tried to push the thought away to rationalize it, but the scent was burned into my memory. Over the next few weeks, the subtle shifts became glaring. Her phone, once left carelessly on the counter, was now always clutched in her hand or face down. Late nights became more frequent, the work dinners stretching into client events and networking functions. Each excuse was a flimsy veil. Barely concealing the truth, I was beginning to dread. I started noticing the small things. A new, expensive watch she claimed was a bonus gift from work, but I knew her company's bonus structure. A sudden interest in a new gym far across the city, where she spent hours. My humiliation festered, a slow-burning acid in my gut. I felt like a fool, cuckolded in my own home, while she paraded her deception with an almost arrogant confidence. The slow discovery was agonizing. One evening, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. A text preview flashed across the screen. "Can't wait for our next meeting, my love." My hand trembled as I picked it up, the screen unlocking with her usual pattern. It was a man named Mark. The messages were sickeningly intimate, filled with pet names and plans for clandestine rendezvous. My world tilted. I scrolled through months of their exchanges, each word a dagger. They met at the Peninsula Hotel on North Michigan Avenue, at a small, discreet Italian restaurant called Spiaggia, and even at a coffee shop near her new gym in West Loop. The receipts, hidden in a separate folder on her phone, confirmed the dates, the locations, the lavish dinners and hotel stays. When I confronted her, she became a different person. Cold, manipulative, her eyes devoid of the warmth I once adored. "It's nothing, just a colleague," she'd scoff, her voice dripping with disdain. "You're being paranoid, John. You're imagining things." She twisted my pain into my fault. It's making me feel like the villain for daring to question her. She even started gaslighting me, suggesting I was unstable and needed help. The affair partner, Mark, a smug, self-satisfied man I'd seen once at a company event, seemed to revel in his untouchable status. I saw them once by chance leaving a bar in River North, his hand lingering on her back, a possessive smirk on his face. They looked like they owned the world, and I was just a ghost haunting the periphery. I broke. I truly broke. The man who had built a life, a home, a future with Sarah was reduced to a shell. I spent nights staring at the ceiling, the betrayal a physical weight on my chest. The thought of revenge, at first a whisper, grew into a roar. I couldn't let them get away with it. I wouldn't. My breakdown was a turning point. It cleared my head, sharpened my focus. I started gathering proof, meticulously, patiently. I hired a private investigator, a quiet man named Frank, who worked out of a nondescript office in the Loop. He provided me with photos, videos, and detailed reports of their meetings at the Peninsula, at a secluded Airbnb in Lincoln Park, even a weekend getaway to Miami. I set up a hidden camera in our home office, capturing Sarah's hushed phone calls, her conspiratorial whispers to Mark. I consulted with a divorce attorney, a sharp, no-sense woman named Ms. Davies, whose office overlooked Lake Michigan. She advised me on every legal trap I could lay. I also started documenting Sarah's increasingly erratic and cruel behavior towards me, building a case for emotional distress. The traps were set. Legally, I had everything. Socially, I planned for maximum impact. Sarah was up for a major promotion at her prestigious marketing firm, a position that required impeccable character and public trust. Mark was a senior partner at a rival firm, known for his family values image. The public exposure was swift and brutal. I waited until Sarah's promotion announcement was imminent. Then, I anonymously leaked the evidence, the photos, the videos, the damning text messages, to a local gossip blog that specialized in exposing Chicago's elite. The story exploded. Marketing executives' double life exposed. Affair with rival partner rocks Chicago business scene. The headlines were everywhere. Her firm launched an immediate internal investigation. Mark's firm did the same. Sarah's world imploded. The promotion vanished. Her reputation was in tatters. Her colleagues, once friendly, now looked at her with a mixture of pity and disgust. Mark, the smug affair partner, was forced to resign in disgrace, his career ruined. The divorce proceedings were a formality. The overwhelming evidence, Sarah lost everything: the condo, the savings, her career, her social standing. She tried to fight, to deny, but the truth was undeniable, laid bare for everyone to see. I saw her once, months later, walking alone down a desolate street in Wicker Park. Her shoulders slumped, her once vibrant hair dull. She didn't see me. She was just another face in the crowd, stripped of her arrogance, her deception, her selfish pride. The perfume on her coat was no longer a mystery. It was a ghost. The silence in the condo is deafening now, a quiet, cold echo of what once was.